Million Lagosians, 720,000, 970,000.
Over 1 million Lagosians, they know that if you give me your afternoon, I will give you hard facts.
Well done, Sandra, on all you do, going beyond the headlines and focusing on the facts.
I am Sandra Ezekwesili, and these are your hard facts. First hard fact of the day, we had 52 new cases here in Nigeria. It's an increase from Tuesday, and it's a bit higher than what we've been seeing recently. We had new cases in 7 states. Lagos wasn't top of the list. We were 4th with 7 cases. Taraba had 9. Rivers and FCT both had 9. So it's just a reminder that you got to be safe out there, especially if you're paying attention to what's happening in India. Do as much as you can to protect yourself. Wash your hands. Sanitize your hands. If you don't have water, wear a mask. More and more people are wearing their masks again, and for that I am grateful. 1 million Lagosians cannot be wrong. They listen to hard facts, starting with the big 3. Let's talk about the release of the Afaka students. Then let's talk about Governor Sanwo-Olu's plan for new buses and jetties. And then let's talk about Fadam Baka's reported suspension. Remember, you can talk to us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM. You can also share your thoughts with us via WhatsApp 080-959-75805. We're streaming live on Facebook, where you can watch and comment Nigeria Info 99.3. There's YouTube as well, Nigeria Info FM. It's Thursday, so we're going to bring you, as always, League of Extraordinary Nigerians, and we'll bring you Eyewitness afterwards. On the Big Hard Fact today, we're going to talk about the situation with NNPC's remittances to FAC. Remember, they sent a memo warning that they may not give FAC any money this month because of losses from fuel subsidy. So we're going to be looking deeper into that issue. Of course, news updates will come your way at the top of every hour, as always. If you want to win on just a minute on this particular show, you need to listen to every single minute. That's how you win, because the questions come from every single thing that I say on air every single day. So day in, day out, whatever we talk about on that particular day, that's where the questions will come from. I'm not asking you current affairs, who's the name of the president, what's the name, I'm not asking you those. I'm asking you what we've talked about on the show today. So if you want to win, that's how you win. We've got Listed Lagosian coming up at 6:30 after the news at 6. The show ends at 6 o'clock. I am Sandra Ezekwesili, Lagos, and these are your hard facts.
This is the Big Three.
The Big Three.
On Hard Facts. On 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Should a commander-in-chief appeal for the release of hostages? How many buses, boats, and jetties does Lagos need, and can the state government provide them? How do clergy hold government accountable without becoming political themselves? Those are the big 3. Lagos, let's talk. Our first story is the freed Afaka students. 27 more hostages. They were released yesterday. Remember that originally the kidnappers took 39 students from the Forestry College. Earlier on, they released 10. Now the government says 27 more are free. By my math, this leaves 2 hostages unaccounted for. We're going to keep asking questions to find out if this is just an error with the initial kidnap figure, or if 2 hostages escaped, or if they're still being held in the hands of the kidnappers. Now, as usual, whenever hostages are released, imagine, it's now usual for hostages to be kidnapped and released. Like, that's just... Anyway, whenever these releases happen, we hear from different government officials celebrating it, right? So yesterday we heard from President Buhari in tweets. Of course, he welcomed their release. He thanked the security agencies, the Ministry of Environment, the Kaduna State government for helping to make it happen. And then he tweeted something that has gotten people talking. He tweeted, quote, "I again appeal for the release of the students of Greenfield University and all other citizens held in captivity," end quote. So a lot of people say that they have a big problem with the use of the word appeal. They say the president, the commander-in-chief, should not be appealing to criminals and terrorists to free innocent Nigerians. To them, an appeal implies you can't do anything about it and you need them to hear you and use their church mind and do what is right. Now, this is not the first time the president or the presidency have been criticized for choice of words when it comes to these armed groups kidnapping and attacking Nigerians. People criticize them for suggesting that criticized them for suggesting that the president was under attack and people wanted to remove him from office as a result, right? Now, there's also a question of how the release was secured. The president thanked the security agencies, but these students were not freed by a raid. The abductors appear to have taken the action to release them. And this has led to a lot of questions. Some Nigerians are suggesting that some ransom was paid after negotiations. But again, government and the parents have not confirmed or denied that a ransom was paid. This week, former President Obasanjo said that both the Buhari and Jonathan administrations have paid ransoms to kidnappers, even though they deny it. But Obasanjo says that he thinks it's a bad idea because it will encourage more people to start kidnapping. So I guess he agrees with Governor El-Rufai of Kaduna on that subject. But Obasanjo also said that it's not enough to just refuse to pay the ransom. You need to have an alternative strategy with the force to back it up. He said, quote, "But if you are not going to pay ransom, you must have the means to deal heavily with it. You must have the stick to deal with it." End quote. You must have the stick to deal with it. Does government have the stick? Do you think? Do the armed forces, the intelligence agencies, and the police have the firepower, the tactical skills, the intel gathering skills to rescue hostages and punish kidnappers? That's the big question. 0700-993-993-993. What do you think about the outrage on social media anyway of people who say the president should not have tweeted an appeal for the release of all hostages? What do you think about that? Is that a big deal, or do you think people are just making a mountain out of a molehill and everybody just needs to relax, I beg? And what do you think about former President Obasanjo saying that government shouldn't pay ransoms, but government should also have a stick for dealing with kidnappers? WhatsApp is 080-959-75805. Hello, thank you for calling.
Hello?
Thank you for calling. What's your name?
Good afternoon. My name is Adela Phillips, calling from Abulegba.
Welcome. Go ahead.
Sandra.
Turn your radio off. Oh no, I told him to turn his radio off and he turned his phone off. Sorry about that. You have to call back, okay? 0700-993-993-993 01465-7190 01465-7190. We've got Olumuyiwa in Aja on the line. Hello, Olumuyiwa. Thank you for calling.
Madam, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How's everything?
Fine, thank you.
On Obasanjo, you will remember there was a time the Niger Delta kidnapped 3 expatriates from other country. I don't remember their country now. And Obasanjo sent message to the then deputy governor, Jonathan, while his guy is away, that by this time tomorrow around 10 o'clock, if those people kidnapped are not released, then no grass will grow in that your life ever. And what happened? Before 10 o'clock, Jonathan went in the middle night, discussed with them, and they released them. So Obasanjo knows what he was talking about. It's only in this country that you will see Nigerians, leaders, having muscles, having energy to chase away. I can keep on continue mentioning SARS. It's only in this country that you can see them having strength. But when it has to do with Boko Haram, we have somebody negotiating with Boko Haram, as Nigeria government cannot arrest him and questioning him. So Obasanjo, I wish they could give Obasanjo another 2 years to rule us again. Because, Sandra, we are not safe again. We are not safe. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Lumiwa. Thank you very much for calling. We've got WhatsApp 080-959-75805, and we've got Twitter at Nigeria Info FM. We've got a number for female callers 01465 7190. 01465 7190. That's the number for our female callers. Now, of course, we are trying as much as possible to screen in as many new callers, new voices as possible. So if you are a regular caller, you probably have our call screener saying to you, please call us back some other time so that we can get new voices on the air. We've got Esther on the line. Esther is in Ikorodu. She's a first-time caller. How are you, Esther? Welcome. Esther, hello. Esther, you're live on the show. Hello. Can you hear me? Sorry, Esther. Call back if you can, all right? 99.3. Hello.
Hello.
Thanks for calling. What's your name? You're a man. You should be calling the female-only line. 99.3. Or you shouldn't be calling the female-only line. 99.3.
Hello.
How are you, sir? What's your name?
Hello.
Hello. What's your name, sir?
Hello.
Hello. Are we having issues with the phone lines? Because I know that the morning show had some problems, but I thought they sorted that problem out. So if tech is listening, it looks like we're back with that problem again with the phone lines, where I'm hearing them perfectly, but it doesn't look like they're hearing me. We've got Pearl in Aja on the line. Pearl is a first-time caller as well. Hello, Pearl. Thanks for calling us.
Okay.
Hello, Pearl. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay.
Pearl, go ahead. Hello, Pearl.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me? Pearl,
Hello?
can you hear me, Pearl? Oh, no. What's happening? Oh, no. No. This is not working out. No. All right, let's try Esther. Esther's calling back from Ikorodu. Hello, Esther. Thank you for calling. Hello? Esther, hello? All right, then. 99.3. Hello, thanks for calling. Hello? Hello? Oh, wow. Hello?
Hello.
How are you? What's your name?
Yes, this is Adiola Phillips calling from Abulegba.
Welcome, Adela.
Yes, Sandra. You know what?
What?
We've lost leadership in this nation.
Okay.
We've lost that human being, the being in the human, we've lost it.
Okay.
And secondly, and thirdly, you see, I don't know, he has erudite spokespersons around him. Don't they advise the president? He is an old man. Don't they advise the president on the choice of what he should talk out? Nigerians are very sensitive. We are sensitive to every dot and T's of every word.
But what's the big deal with saying appeal? What's the big deal with I am appealing?
Why must he appeal? A former general, a general in the Nigerian army? You are saying you are appealing to what? We are looking at you are like number one figure in the land. You are appealing to bandits, to criminal elements that have killed souls, wasted young generations. And you want us to chunk down to swallow that pill, the bitter pill you are chunking out? You're saying appeal. Look at the Bible student that was killed. On whose account? I don't understand. When has blood shed in this nation become a chicken blood? Why? What's going on? Sandra, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Sam in Ogun State. Hello. Thanks for calling. Hello, Sam. Sam? Hello, Sam. All right. Doesn't look like Sam can hear me. I don't know what's happening, but hopefully we sort it out as quickly as possible. But that's our cue to use social media very well today, because it looks like phone lines will not cooperate with us. So it's our cue to use Facebook and use it very well today. Use Facebook very well. Use WhatsApp very well. Facebook is Nigeria Info 99.3. WhatsApp is 080-959-75805. So if you have thoughts, if you have comments, share them on our live stream on Facebook. Also share on YouTube. YouTube is Nigeria Info 99.3. On Facebook, Maximus Ugwoke says, yes, of course, the commander-in-chief can appeal or even beg kidnappers to ensure release of the abducted. However, the action of the commander-in-chief thereafter should be very far-reaching and devastating to act as deterrent to kidnappers. The current government has literally been romancing with kidnappers such that it's difficult to exonerate them from duplicity. All right. We've got Joseph Jesus, who says, Sandra, just for peace to reign, the president can appeal to the bandits or kidnappers to save the lives of the students kidnapped. We've got Femi Larry, who says, the military has the will to tackle this insurgency, but the problem lies with the government's inability to provide means of combating the insurgents. The big problem is our government. The tap Janlami Norbert says, please, President Sandra, tell me you are from Ajah that I am with him. All right. Let's see if the call with Pearl will work out this time. Hello, Pearl.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling back.
Okay. Actually, I want to contribute to the program.
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Concerning the kidnapping of the students. Please, I don't support, like what Obasanjo said, is right when it comes to paying them ransom, because by the time the ransom is being paid, it's just like encouraging another new era of kidnapping.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
So this is what I actually see. I don't think it's really right for the ransom to be paid. Meanwhile, they made a statement that if the ransom is not paid, they are going to kill the students.
Yeah.
So why don't the Nigerian government come together and see if they can hire top security personnel, even if it's outside, going as far as outside Nigeria, to tackle this issue?
Because that's something that Obasanjo
and I think they should just work on it, you understand, immediately. They said a drastic action is a drastic solution. So this is my contribution. I don't know if you understand.
Yes, I understand completely, Pearl. Thank you very much for calling and calling back. Pearl is saying something similar to what Obasanjo said, because Obasanjo said that if you're not going to pay ransom, because he says don't pay ransom, right? But he also says if you're not going to pay ransom, you must have the means to deal heavily with it. You must have the stick to deal with it. Do you think government has the stick? Do the armed forces, the intelligence agencies, the police have the firepower, the tactical skills, the intel gathering skills to rescue hostages and punish kidnappers? That's the big question. Because Obasanjo said it's not enough to refuse to pay the ransom. You need to have an alternative strategy with the force to back it up. 21 minutes past 3. Let's go to WhatsApp, because phone lines are doing like this, like that. On WhatsApp, we've got Gozier from Ikeja, who says, Nigeria's security situation has gone out of control because of the covert support the perpetrators are getting from the ruling party. We all know the genesis of the bandits, Boko Haram herders. They were all equipped to destabilize the country had PDP not accepted defeat in 2015. Now they've become a monster. Gozier, that's quite the conspiracy theory. We've got Osita in Ibeju. Osita is a first-time caller. Osita, welcome. Hello, Osita. Osita, hello. Oh, no. Sorry about that, Osita. We've got Ademola from Lekki who says, Sheikh Gumi is more proactive than our president, but that man knows a lot and he's suspicious. Now, the government did everything they could, but this continuous paying of ransom is very alarming. Are they onto something that we all don't know about? These millions flying around is suspicious. Baba Obasanjo doing like he doesn't know ransom is being paid to terrorists. He's not holy in this case, so he should not throw stones. Can these forces start using technology like armed drones, space location, and the likes, and get more results from all this nonsense going on. One thing is for sure, government knows about all of these things going on. There will be no rest for the wicked. Ademola from Lekki, thank you very much for your message. Hello, Sandra. I like to see reason in what former President Obasanjo said. We shouldn't continue funding terrorism in the name of paying ransom. So if government cannot pay ransom, they should and must have a way of releasing hostages. After all, there's a Gumi that is a go-between. Government should engage him to gain access to where bandits and kidnappers are. All right, thank you very much for your message. We've got Fidelis on the line. Fidelis, thank you very much for calling us. Hello, welcome. Go ahead.
Hello?
Hello, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Hello?
Hello, I can hear you. All right, but he cannot hear me. Please, if tech is listening, come and try and fix this problem. We've got more messages on WhatsApp. Anyone with insight will look closely at what Anthony Blinken, with the U.S. Secretary of State, said when he had a virtual conference with African leaders. It was basically a tongue-in-cheek comment as regards the problem Nigeria faces, as regards the insurgency issue. The rhetoric of Sheikh Gumi to any serious-minded government concerned with tackling this insurgency issue shows that he's a non-state actor who should be seriously interrogated. But hey, in Nigeria, absolutely anything flies and all comers are allowed. That's a message from Jay Olayinka. Jay, thank you very much for your message. We've got a call from Tayo in Ogba. I do hope it connects. Hello, Tayo.
Hello, Sandra. Can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Fantastic. Go ahead.
So, where the governor of Kaduna got it wrong. Yes, Nigerians, we don't have the tactics, we don't have the firepower.
Okay.
But you can pay the Mossad, you can pay the CIA,
Okay.
the KGB to take them out and free the hostages. Instead of paying the criminals, then give the money to the people that can do the job, and let if they are doing it day by day, then I think they will cease fire. That's the way I see it. So you can't just say I'm not going to pay, and you don't have a backup plan. There must be a backup plan, exactly like that.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Taya. Thanks for calling us. We've got messages on Facebook. Remember, I said our phone lines are not very cooperative, so you have to use social media today. Facebook, Nigeria Info 99.3, WhatsApp 080-959-75805, 080-959-75805. That's WhatsApp, 080-959-75805. Twitter is at Nigeria Info FM. So you have all these other avenues to reach the show today because the phone lines are acting very crazy. All right, let's see. Maximus. Okay, I've taken that message. Femi Larry says the military has the will to tackle this insurgency, but the problem lies with government inability to provide a means of combating the insurgents. The big problem is our government. All right. More messages coming in via Facebook. Abdul Sabo says there is no president like Obasanjo. He doesn't take nonsense. Okay. Stephen Ogbe says, Sandra, if the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is appealing to bandits, it's okay to save their lives. But to allow the situation to get to this level is a huge national shame. This government is supervising and lubricating bandits and other deadly groups like Boko Haram. Ilekaze Victor says, Sandra, what do we really want in this country? We ask the government to help release the students. Now that they have done that, we're still complaining. If appealing to them will bring peace, I stand with the president. All right, Lagos. That's our first story out of the way. Our second story is coming up after this break. Don't go away.
My people, how far now?
See, if any kind person say you want the coded password for your bank app, I be your PIN, I be your card PIN, I be the TIN number wait there for the back of your card, your pay ID, I be the answer for your security question. I beg not give them all. All this information, them supposed they coded. You're not supposed to share them with anybody. Make you wise up. No make that scam you. This message now from Koda Microfinance Bank, the bank of the free. Make you download Kuda for Play Store or for App Store to open account. Make you start to dey enjoy awoof banking.
Mummy Shade, this child looks sickly. Try and take her to the hospital. I wish I could, but the expenses are too much. Don't tell me you have not heard about LSHS Ilera Eko. Ilera Eko? What is that?
Lagos Health is our wealth. Ilera Eko.
Oh yes, Lagos State Health Management Agency, LASHMA, has designed an affordable and quality healthcare scheme for Lagos residents. In Ilera Eko, at your convenience, you can have access to antenatal, delivery, immunization, management of hypertension, diabetes and other illnesses, family planning and basic emergencies. Register with Ilera Eko branded agents and at the nearest Ilera Eko branded outlets. Pay 40,000 Naira annual subscription for a family package or 8,500 Naira for an individual package and start to experience peace of mind. For more information, call 0700 Ilera Eko or 0800 Ask Lashma or visit www.lashma.com. Ilera Eko, affordable and quality healthcare for Lagos residents.
Lagos Health is our wealth.
99.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
This is the Big Three.
The Big Three on Hard Facts
On 99.3 Nigeria Info.
I am Sandra Ezekwesili. We've spoken about the release of the Afaka students who were hostage. An additional 27 were released yesterday. Remember that originally the kidnappers took 39 students from the Forestry College. They released 10 and now government says 27 more are free. Now, like I said when I first brought you that story, by my math, it looks to me like 2 hostages are unaccounted for. So it's either there was an error when the numbers were first released, or the 2 hostages are still being held captive, or they found some way to escape. Either ways, we're going to need clarity about the 2 outstanding people who may or may not have been abducted as well. With that story, we have the president coming forward to say thank you to everybody who worked to make sure that those students were released. But one thing he said on Twitter, at least, when he was talking about the hostages, ticked off some Nigerians. So he said, quote, "I again appeal for the release of the students of Greenfield University and all other citizens held in captivity." So a lot of people say that they have a big problem with the use of the word appeal. Now, I've got a comment here from Henry Okelwe on Twitter. And Henry says, optics-wise, it does not look good, but there are plenty instances where CNCs have made, that's commander-in-chiefs, have made such appeals in a hostage situation. For example, President James Mitchell of Seychelles in 2012, when Somali pirates took 2 fishermen hostage, and President Jacques Chirac of France in 2004, when 2 Frenchmen were held hostage in Iraq. Like I said, optics-wise, it does not look good. All right. Thank you, Henry, for your message. Like I said, we'll come back from the break and move on to our second story, where Lagos State government is putting about 600 more buses on the road. We got the information from Governor Sanwo-Olu himself. He was speaking at the Lagos Architect Forum yesterday, and he talked about the transportation challenges in the state. So let's take a look at the plans he laid out sector by sector. First of all, inner roads. As you know, the government has been restricting Okadas and Kekes in some areas, even on smaller road networks, right? So to replace them, the governor said that they're bringing 500 so-called LASMA buses. Those are the very small buses, Danfo's junior sister, Korokpe, some people they call her. 500 of them. He says they'll be on the roads by next week. Then for major roads, the governor said the government is bringing 100 big buses. I'm guessing that we're talking about BRT-sized buses here, but we're going to need to clarify that. Then for long distances from one part of the city to another, he said one of the 2 rail lines will be done by the end of next year, either the blue line or the red line. Then he also talked about waterways. He said government is building 16 new jetties and terminals to give more neighborhoods access to waterway transport. He said 6 or 7 of those will be ready by year's end. And he also gave us data on boats. He said the state is currently running 20 boats with a capacity of between 40 and 60 passengers each. Now, to be clear, this is not counting private boats, right? But let's take an average of 50 passengers each. Let's assume that each boat makes 20 trips a day. That's 20,000 passengers a day. Total capacity for Lagos State government boats. Even if you say it's 40 trips a day and you double it, that's still only 40,000 passengers on the water. Meanwhile, Lagos has 10 million passenger trips daily. So the boats are handling less than half of 1% of all the traffic in Lagos. So it looks like we're going to need more than 20 boats. And it looks like we're also going to need more than 500 new last mile buses. I mean, again, just multiply those buses by the number of passengers. Let's say 6. That's 3,000 in all those buses. Let's say it's 20 trips, 60,000. So the question has to be asked, are the solutions being suggested able to match the actual scale and size of the problem? 0700-993-993-993. Let's try those phone lines again, see if they work. My tech guys have, come in and worked their magic. So let's see if the magic is, original. 0700-993-993-993. 01465-7190. 0700-993-993-993. That number's for men, and 01465-7190 is for women. Do you think the numbers of new buses and jetties that the governor is announcing will make a dent in the transportation problem? Can the microbuses truly replace Okada and Keke on inner streets? How do we grow the number of boats on the waterways? And yes, you can still talk to me about the release of the Afaka students. What do you think about President Buhari tweeting that he is appealing for a release of all hostages? Is that a big deal, or are people making a mountain out of a molehill? What do you think about former President Obasanjo saying that government should not pay ransoms, but government should also have a stick for dealing with kidnappers? 99.3, hello. Thank you for calling. Sorry about that. Call back if you can. Hello. Hello. Thank you for calling.
Hello.
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 Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Go ahead.
Hello.
Okay. So here's a rule of thumb, right? I can hear you. Right? You can't hear me, but I can hear you. So when you call, just keep talking. Okay? All right? I can hear you. You can't hear me. But when you call, just keep talking. We're all going to hear you anyway. Okay? All right. Let's try that. 99.3. Hello?
Hello, Sandra.
Thanks for calling. What's your name? Hello? Just go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead. Just go ahead. Just keep talking.
Okay, I'm hearing you.
Yes, I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
Hello?
I'm hearing you. Just go ahead. Keep talking.
But I'm not here. Are you hearing me now?
I'm hearing you, but you can't hear me. Just go ahead and talk. Oh, my brain. Just talk, all right? When you call in, I'm listening. Just go ahead and talk, okay? Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Hello? Just talk. Just talk. If you're hearing me, just talk.
Hello?
Hello? All right, no. Let me go to WhatsApp. I think we're just going to stick to WhatsApp, right? If the president uses the word appeal, I think it's just a matter of semantic. Nigerians should look at it as part of the carrot and stick approach Obasanjo advised. At this point, the government cannot act otherwise if we want the safe release of those girls. Let government negotiate to get the students out, Godwin says. Godwin, thank you very much for your message. My view about these kidnappers is that they're not strangers. Most people within the government are involved. That's why the president has to appeal to save the life of the innocent ones. The president is helpless despite being a military man. Lots of conspiracy theories there. Are these guys spirits? Government that doesn't see whenever the terrorists move in hundreds on our roads with their victims are the same government we're expecting to go after the terrorists after ransom and release. Even when these guys are caught, they are tagged, repented, and they're released, or they're added into the army. Ororo from Ayobo says. Ororo, thank you very much for your message. Kano says, Sandra, do you know what it means for the president to appeal to terrorists? A chief commander. He should be assuring Nigerians and appealing to kidnappers. If the president is appealing, should we be crying? Okay. Anthony from VI says the whole system is fake. We're just acting as if cool though. President can never negotiate with terrorists. It's never done that way because the Duke is actually encouraging more and more terrorists in the group. Some years ago, I told a senator in Yobe that a time will come in this country that Boko Haram won't be the only terrorist group in this country. And here we are. The government knows what they're doing, but they actually think it is cool. We do have a way out, and when time comes, things will work out for sure. All right, let's try the phone lines again. Hello. Thank you for calling. Hello.
Sandra.
Thank you for calling. Can you hear me?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Can you hear me?
Yes, just go ahead. Keep talking.
Yeah, my contribution is that for the government to settle this issue of bandits, to me, I see it as something that is wrong with our government. A situation whereby you are settling a bandit, that means you are encouraging them to bring in another strategy. And that means they will not stop doing what they are doing. So, and our advisor, even Obasanjo, who made a comment in reference to what Buhari is doing, we should go back to Jonathan. Jonathan did this too, settling the bandits also. So, and if you look at all these things started from the previous government, and why? Because of the poor architecture of our security agencies that we have in our country. It's not that we don't have the system to battle with these people and get away with these nonchalant people, but it's because the foundation that our government laid is what is affecting us today. And I want to say, even Obasanjo said it was part and parcel of the problem we are facing today. If I thought them as a military leaders they were able to put in our security apparatus, by now we shouldn't be having these cases. It should have been the thing of the past. And now we are having Al Qaeda, we are having Taliban coming to Nigeria as if we a country that is just a free and flow. Everybody came in, everybody go out. So it's very bad. And if they cannot resolve these things, if they cannot come together, all the military officers, they cannot come together and resolve this issue, this thing will continue. And Nigeria is going, and to what other organizations are saying that Nigeria is going to divide, and that is the way they are going to, this is going to, if they cannot resolve this issue. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for your message. We've got Dina from Ikeja who says, Sandra, you media people are trying, when the students were still with the kidnappers, the set of callers calling the radio were clamoring for the government to pay ransom or be a bit moi to the kidnappers. The government don't shake body and the students got released. Now your new set of callers are the ones forbidding the government from being moi. Chai. Now, wow. Tina from Ikeja, thank you very much for your message. All right, our second story done there. Let me bring you our final story on today's Big Three. No, actually, let me take a few comments for that second story. Here's this one. All right. No matter the number of transportation Lagos State government provides for Lagosians, it will not be enough because Lagos is too congested. Water don't pass Gary. That's a message from Faramaye in Arepo. All right, Faramaye, thank you very much for your message. Now, for our final story, let's talk about what's happening in the Catholic churches in Enugu Diocese with Father Ejike Mbaka. Yesterday, members of his church, Adoration Ministries, marched and vandalized the residence of the bishop, Most Reverend Callistus Onaga. They did this because they suspected Onaga of handing Mbaka over to the SSS. So let me remind you of the backstory. Mbaka has been making public calls for Buhari to resign. He says the president has failed, and this is significant because Mbaka supported the president very vocally before both the 2015 and 2019 elections. He said Buhari was ordained by God to lead Nigeria and to save Nigeria. So as you can imagine, his change of heart was big news. And then the presidency responded. Garba Shehu, the president's spokesman, said Mbaka is angry because he did not get contracts that he was looking for. He said Mbaka brought security contractors for a meeting with the president, embarrassing everybody involved. Mbaka responded to Garba and said yes. He introduced the president to some security professionals, but he didn't do it for contract. He did it because they said that they could fix the insecurity problem. So anyway, these are all the things that led to the Tuesday meeting with Bishop Onaga. Apparently, the bishop summoned Mbaka to explain all this controversy. And we have some online publications also reporting that the bishop suspended Mbaka. But apparently, after the meeting, Mbaka's phones were off, and his supporters heard that the DSS had arrested him. And so they stormed the bishop's residence. But just to be clear, Mbaka is safe and sound. He reappeared after the attack on the bishop and he spoke to the mob. He insists that he was indeed detained by the SSS. So that's what's happening over there in Enugu, and I want you to weigh in. I do wish you could call in, but something is wrong. You can hear, I can hear you, but you can't hear me, and for some reason you can't keep talking, even though I've told you to keep talking. But anyways, first of all, do you think Mbaka has crossed any line with his comments on politics? Now, I'm talking about both his current condemnation of the president and his previous endorsement before the election. Is it wrong for priests or imams to endorse candidates publicly? Or do they have a duty to tell the people which candidate they think will be the right thing for justice in society? And now, when a priest believes that a government official is doing wrong, do they have a duty to speak out publicly? I think most people will say yes to that because clerics should speak through truth to power. So let me ask another question. Did Father Mbaka compromise himself and his credibility by taking those contractors to the president? And then let's talk about the attack on Bishop's residence. What do you think about church members doing that? Catholics doing that? 014657190. If you call, just talk. Whether or not you can hear me, just talk. I can hear you. We can all hear you. Okay? 014657190. 0700-993-993-993. Hello. Thanks for calling.
Hello?
Go ahead. I can hear you.
Hello?
I can hear you. Just go ahead.
Hello?
Hello? Just go ahead. I can hear you. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Sandra.
Thanks for calling. Go
Good
ahead.
afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I can't hear you, but you have said I should speak. I want to talk about the waterways transportation in Lagos. My name is Lara from Ikorodu.
Hello.
I don't know, but personally, I think it's a bit on the high side.
Okay.
To go from Ikorodu to VI, Lekki, or Falomo is 1,000 naira.
Okay.
You go with 1,000 naira, you come back with 1,000 naira, that's 2,000 naira a day. How long can an average worker do that? I think they need to look into it. Some time ago, with now both the smaller boats and there was another one, I took one last week. That one was a 33-seater. The smaller ones are 20-seaters, I think. They charge the same amount. So I think Lagos State needs to look. They need to look into it. It's a bit on the high side. I know why they do that because I had to ask one of the boatmen some time ago. That was when they were charging 700 naira. Now, why do you charge 700 naira? But why they do that is that if they go from Ikorodu to VI, they don't come back with anything. There isn't anybody coming back until like 3-4.
Oh.
But then they have to come back. So in short, we are paying for 2 trips. I think you understand what I'm trying to say.
I do understand, and I also
I can hear you from my radio. My radio is very, very low, so
okay.
Trying to hear you from there.
Okay.
So I think they need to look into it. It's a bit on the high side. 2,000 naira a day.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
How many people
How much is the minimum wage?
Exactly.
Well done, Sandra.
Thank you very much for calling. That was decent. It was a decent conversation. Thank you very much. Now, I wish you could hear me. I had other questions. For instance, how much does he think is a fair price? And by fair price, I mean fair enough for the people who own the boats, people who operate the boats, the drivers, etc., so that everybody is happy somehow. And then, how do we encourage more Lagosians to use the waters? It's one thing to have all these boats available. It's another thing to have customers available to be on these boats. So how do we encourage more Lagosians to actually use the waters, Because it's such a quick way to travel and there's no traffic. 99.3, hello.
Yeah, Auntie Sandra.
Just go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I want to talk about this transportation, buses and the minibuses that will be running inside Lagos. Are they going to be flying? Just like this, our area now, where will they be running from? There is no road. And the rain is just starting. Out of when the rain finally begins, how will they be moving? And must they be telling us they want to bring 50 buses? 100 million buses. Can they just bring this thing and say and pack it? Let us be seeing it before they start announcing. There is one sweet thing that happens to me. I know that Anambra said build an airport and nobody knows. When I heard that thing, I never know that a government, a governor or somebody in this Nigeria can do that. It was when they have finished it that people started knowing. Then they stop saying, I will. That thing is cracking my head. Then just do it. Then, anyhow it is, then we'll follow.
All right.
I don't want to go much.
Thank you very much for calling. We've got Gassam101 on Twitter who says, was there any appeal to IPOB before they were prescribed? I personally believe we have a very weak ex-military man as president. I hope his appeal will bring the needed peace we need. They have been settling these bandits since 2015. Gassam101 on Twitter said that. John Bosco Welemighty on Twitter says, some clergies in Nigeria are sensible enough not to meddle into political affairs. But when they even want to meddle into political issues, it backfires on them when it comes to criticism for the FG. But some of them who have not romanced with politics. Okay. I'm trying to understand what you're saying, but thank you very much for your message. We've got more messages on Twitter. Julu Charles says, the president's use of the word is the normal thing that happens with those we made leaders, being reactive instead of proactive. They're neither strategic nor creative, yet we pay huge salaries and allowances to maintain those offices, but get little or no productive work done. Okay, more messages on Twitter. All right, that's not for me. Let's see who else we can talk to. Hello, thanks for calling. Hello. Thank you for calling. What's your name?
I'm from Alimasha.
Well, you're calling the female line. Go and call the one for men. 0700-993-993-993. Hello.
Hello.
Thanks for calling.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Emmanuel.
Emmanuel, go ahead.
Yeah, concerning the first story, for me, for the president to have appealed to bandits, to me, I see as a surrendering, the sovereignty of this country to terrorists, as I see it.
Okay.
Then, as this has been done now, I think, it's like the president should invite Shekau and hand over to him. Thank you.
No, please. Let's not say that. Apologies for that comment over there. Hello, thank you for calling. 99.3. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead. I can hear you.
Hello.
I can hear you. Go ahead. 99.3.
Hello.
Go ahead. I can hear you.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sandra.
Good afternoon.
Please, I want to make contribution.
Yes, go ahead.
Church is calm. Don't mind them. See, there's a lot of things going on. Everybody is looking for his or her own stomach. Period. Thank you.
All right, thank you. 99.3, hello. Sorry about that. Call back. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Just go ahead, please.
Yeah, you have Sociable on the line.
Welcome, Sociable. Go ahead.
Yeah. I think to answer the question about Father Mbaka, whether a priest should dabble in politics or have a say, I think the life of Jesus Christ should answer the question. I don't have the answer personally. Jesus Christ at John chapter 6 verse 15, the people of his time tried to lure him into politics by making him a king. After they have watched him carefully and see that there is a power in him, and that power will benefit them. Jesus Christ